Hey guys, today we're going to show you how to make some paper flowers. They're really cool for garlands or wreaths or anything like that. We have a really nice printable on our website. We printed these on our Canon Pixma MG7720. It's a wireless all-in-one printer. When printing, let it come out on the first side, then lift it up and put it directly into the tray the same way it came out, and then it will print on the other side and come out so you have a two-sided print. To cut it out, you just follow along the edges. It is sort of time consuming, but we also have a cut file, so if you have a cutting machine, you can try that. Once you're done cutting, you have about 7 layers of this flower, and I like to take either a bamboo skewer or a pencil and just take the petal and curl it around the skewer toward the center of the flower. And then as you keep moving, you can kind of just press it a little bit in. And when you're done with that one, you can move on to the next. So these would be really fun for a party, just spring decor, or anything like that. I like to stack them inside of each other when they're done so that I don't lose the order, because as they get curled, it's harder to tell which one is slightly larger than the next. So keep them from getting out of order in that way. As you can see, it's really easy. It moves pretty fast. If you feel like it's not curled enough, you can kind of curl it like that. You can use also like a round pencil. If you want for the flower, as you get bigger, it might be easier. It is kind of easier to use the pencil. It's easier to use the skewer for the smaller ones, but you can use a pencil for the whole thing if that's all you have. Now I'm going to put a small dab of hot glue in the center of the flower, not a ton. And I'm going to alternate the petals so that the next layer is in the space of the last petal. And you want to let the glue kind of cool a little bit before you do the next layer, or what happens is when you add the next and the next layer, they start moving around on you. So you can see how they alternate petal, 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 back and forth. Ouch, that's even hot through the paper, so be careful. You can use like a pencil eraser if you want for pressure. And as it cools down, you can kind of open it up a little bit with your thumb. It kind of looks a little bit nicer as it is sort of opened. So you have this little strip that is the center of the flower, and you're just going to want to cut it like every 1/16 of an inch, but leaving about 1/8 of an inch of space. Okay, so now what you want to do with this, you can bend them around the skewer, or you can kind of just get them to fold and bend them. Actually pinch them so that they are kind of folded in places, just to give it a little more texture. So I have 2 versions. This one is rolled this way, so it's coming out, and this one is rolled in so that the curls are going in. So you can decide which one you like better. I think I like that one better. So I'm gonna roll this into itself, and you're just rolling the edge that is like the 1/8 of an inch at the bottom together. All right, so when you're done with that, you have this little center, and I'm going to take my glue gun on the back of this and make sure it gets as much of the spiral of the curve as possible. And then I'm going to push that down into that. So I have this really cool rustic wire. I got it on Amazon. I'll have a link down below. It is an 18 gauge wire, so it's pretty thick. It looks kind of like a branch. It's wrapped with raffia, with my wire here, now that I have my flower, I'm going to place it on the wire with some hot glue. Then I have this little star-like shape, and that is kind of, there we go, hot glue. Okay, this is gonna be very hot, so be careful. I'm gonna glue this on the back, kind of attach it to the wire. So the idea is that the paper will kind of hold it to the wire. So now we have this flower on this cool twig. Again, we're gonna turn it upside down. We have these leaves. I printed these on cardstock because I wanted them to be a little thick. If you bend it back and then bend it forward, the cardstock sort of folds and it gives you this really nice natural looking vein. You have to fold it the opposite direction that it's gonna go, and that's when the flower, when it sort of lifts the paper. And then you can give it a little curl if you want, just because the leaves aren't perfectly flat. And then make sure that the pretty side that you just created is on the side down, so it's showing on the front. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue right there. And I'm gonna do it again with this other leaf on it. Make sure I like the way it's looking from the front. You have this beautiful little paper flower on a twig. You could add several more, and you could put them in a vase, or you could attach them and hang them. I think I'm gonna try and hang them on my mantle, so we'll see how that goes. There you have it. Let's see what it kind of looks like on a wall. Really cool and very beautiful. So we will show you where we use this when I finish all of these that you can't really see around the table. They're all over the place. Thanks for watching.